Hello, hello. Hi, everyone in the chat. Hi, Adva and Juan and Maricela and Monique and Little Juan. Little John. I just said Little Juan. How's everyone doing? I'm wearing my human shirt. And we are absolutely, I'm a big advocate. Hi, Kina. Hi, Anastasia. I'm a big advocate for humans in general, but long time rider and enforcer of the alphabet mafia, if you will. And right now, that beautiful community needs the voices of their straight friends. And so today, yeah, I figured if my shirt was colorful, I was just gonna, we reorganized, and I used to have my own makeup line, and some of it was still in boxes because, you know, when we moved in, that wasn't my first priority, and then life happened. So we've been literally just going through everything, shedding because we're having a full moon. So giving to other people gives me joy, and making room for new joy with that Sag full moon coming tomorrow. And today we have this gorgeous Neptune Venus. So I just thought, be playful, be imaginative, and you know, I have every single color going here, so the options were endless. So hi Kit, I am here for celebration, as I have on my personal social media, you know, happy Pride Month, celebrating a really uncomfortable month for homophobes. So I wanted to be, this isn't gimmicky for me. This is my whole life. So, I am lucky to be loved, by many in that community. Those are some of, I didn't expect this. My favorite relationships that stand the test of time. Like, I want to say he was in 9th grade and I was in 10th grade. And we are still exactly the same way that we were in the hallways with each other in 1985 that we are to this day. But many more. But it, you know, I go back a long time. So I'm here to really celebrate and have that community be seen. We're already a really inclusive community here. God knows my client list is really inclusive. And that makes me really happy that I would present a safe place for it to be as inclusive as it is. But yeah, you know, we should be loud right now. We should be loud right now, because the legislation that's targeting that community to not only obstruct their basic needs for living, but embolden a demographic that would feel sanctioned almost to be unkind, and take that to extreme lengths. You know, we need to really stand with that community and protect that community for sure. But anything that you can do to support is really great. volunteering, letting people be seen, being a safe person for somebody to come out for, to come out to. That's a big one. Gonna cry again, so just heads up. I had a young girl in her teens. I knew the whole family, and she was in high school, and she was depressed, sad, not wanting to be here. And then she wrote a letter and she came out to me. And when she got married many, many years later to a wonderful woman, at first they asked me to marry them, but I was already doing so much else for the wedding. So I was like, well, somebody else can do that. But I had a babysitting issue, and I wasn't gonna be able to stay the whole wedding. And I didn't understand, and I'm not saying this to say this about me, and I'm not, please don't mistake this for like, this is what a good person I am. That's not what I'm saying. I can be a straight up a-hole. This is not to sanctify or glorify me. I was told both by her and her wife that I wasn't allowed to leave, because without me and my support from the 10 years prior, she would not be here. Her wife said that. I know for a fact that like I wouldn't be getting married today to her because she wouldn't be here. You being available, you listening, and you being a safe space for someone, until they're comfortable about it, is life-saving for them. That was a very powerful moment for me. And so I'm normalizing and embracing, and not saying don't wear that and don't do this because it's embarrassing, or what will the neighbors say, or what will the rest of the family say. Supporting and just being a safe place without judgment can save somebody's life. So that is my TED Talk. And one of the very many reasons that the celebration of Pride is so important, you know. I don't usually go to Target, but I might. just to get stuff. Okay, so we're going to use our Love is Love deck, and we're going to use the Modern Witches Tarot, because these are the two most inclusive decks that I have. And I actually started working on a deck myself. Probably won't be out till July or August. I've been working quietly on it, but that will also be inclusive, because I just don't think there's enough inclusive decks. I mean, astrology is so inclusive. Venus is even about the variations of how to be intimate with somebody. And it actually represents female relationships, love relationships with other females. So that is one of the ancient descriptions of Venus. So astrology is very inclusive. And tarot should be a little bit more, in my humble opinion. Okay. Kate, you're gonna make me cry. It's so important. It's so important to stand up. I remember one of my other good friends from high school coming into school just black and blue because a bunch of idiot football players had beat him up. So I've been vocal and feisty for a really long time, and I would encourage everyone to be. All right, let's start with Aries, and if I am feeling good, I got an itch. Sadie's hair is like inescapable. If I am feeling good and we get through this and the room stays not crazy, then I will take questions at the end. My friends and family winners donation schedule is a little crazy right now. I don't think I have a whole lot left, so I'm not going to give away a reading this week, but what I will do is I will give some away next week, and maybe we'll answer some questions at the end today. Hi, Carrie. Okay, we got 3 cards. We have, all right, Aries, we have the Magician in reverse and the Queen of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Wands in the upright. This feels like a cautionary tale. So I'm going to clarify with the light seers, which is kind of inclusive. Hey, Adva. Let's see. Because I want to know, could be split, but is this a warning for Aries not to act in this manner, or is this about somebody different? Nothing clarifies like the Magician in reverse than the Magician in the upright. Okay, so Aries, this is what you're capable of being. This Magician in the upright that can conjure things, that, you know, you're a bit of a go-getter, Aries. And so making things happen just out of sheer willpower. And hi, Tina. And confidence and you know, Aries had you know, Jupiter in there for a hot minute. I kept saying it wasn't going to be in there for a long time. It was going to be in there for a good time. But you know, Jupiter left and all the other planets left, and now Chiron is you know, talking to Mars in Leo, and you know, people with late Aries are possibly feeling that Pluto ingress that's about to happen on the 11th, where Pluto goes back into Capricorn. Aries might feel a little bit less themselves right now. There might be a temptation to be honest, instead of like creating and working from like your solar plexus, your creativity, the core of you. There may be a fuck it moment where you want to arrange for things to happen instead of letting them happen. Are you coming to say hi? Yeah. Here. Visitor. Here you go. You gotta come up, though. Yeah, I know, but you gotta come up. Come on. All right. I've had the energy. I've been feeling better. And so I've been little less. Okay, come on. Everybody's saying your name. Okay. Her fur is getting a little bit better. But now that she's recovered from being sick, she is in hunger mode all the time. Okay, so you sit there while I talk. Here you go. It's right here. So there might be, hi Danny. There might be a moment where you're thinking, fuck it, and I'm going to just make things happen. Like going around spirit, going around your own character even. Maybe getting somebody to do something for you in a way that isn't authentic. There's some kind of, there can be, it's like you feel depleted and you also feel a little rightly owed some energy and some effort from other people. You know, Aries will go hard. They're a natural advocate. They're the first ones to protect you. They're the first ones because they're the kids that needed somebody to protect them and nobody did, right? So they're the first ones to kind of be there and advocate for you. But, you know, an Aries can feel depleted and an Aries can feel fed up that they don't get back what they give. I think all cardinal signs go through that at some point. It's just a depletion. And the base of that is, you know, you haven't been getting back what you've been giving. And so there's something that kind of rightly belongs to you, but you're having a moment, just a human moment. It's not a character flaw. You're having a human moment where you're a little bit like, fuck it. I'm going to get this however I need to get it because that's how the rest of the world operates. And you're not using all of your creativity because you just feel, you know, like the gas tank is not empty. There's going to be like a burst of energy for you. This could also represent somebody who's just going to come in and light your fire. Now, I need to say this to Aries. You're going to want to not reject and not be suspicious and not be mad, but acceptance of that this person that's going to come wake you up a little bit, inspire you, make you feel impassioned about something again. They're also not here for a long time. They're here for whatever purpose it is that wakes you up, that motivates you, that pulls you out of the hole of depletion. Aries energy can be one of the first signs I think of when I think about a functioning depressive. So when you are feeling depleted, when you're feeling maybe a little sad, a little depressed, unmotivated, it'll still look good on the surface. It'll still look good on the surface, and that true stepping back into your authenticity, true stepping back into that Aries energy. Hi, Shauna. When you truly step back into that, that's very different than like flash in the pan. I'm gonna show up because that's what people expect of me. And also, I don't want to seem weak. Aries doesn't like looking weak. They're better at giving help than they are at asking for help. But somebody's gonna come in and they're just gonna like fill your gas tank a little bit. They're not here to stay around forever. Don't put that on this person. Don't put expectations. Whatever that spark is, whether it's a person, a project, something, whatever. Somebody says something to you, a phrase. Take that and let it, they're showing me like a rock climbing wall. Let it just, it's like one of those, you know, the rock climbing walls, and there's like the tiny little rocks that are really far apart. There's like different levels, I guess, of difficulty, different parts of the wall. It's like it's going to, it probably feels like you're stuck climbing this wall and the grips and the steps are really tiny and very far apart, and it feels really challenging, and you just feel like, fuck it. And if there's a way to get to the top by cheating a little bit, you know, cheating yourself, but not getting there and feeling the accomplishment that Aries really, really loves too, that sense of pride of, look, you know, look what I was able to do, look what I can do. There's going to be this moment here where all the rocks are huge and they're close together, and somebody's going to give you, hey Zoe, somebody's going to give you a boost, a little bit of energy. It's just to feel like it evens up the playing field a little bit for you so you can get back into the authenticity. This person isn't here to save you. You know, I could go for an hour about how we're supposed to really save ourselves, but it's really tied to childhood stuff. And if you really needed somebody to come to your rescue and take it, you know, it's, you can subconsciously pick partners that are set up to have adversity so that they have to pick you. Because it's like Aries can sometimes have, when their relationships are toxic, it's often that you love somebody with adversity and it feels like advocacy, because you just love them and you're happy to help, and you don't care what somebody else might find less attractive or problematic or not ideal. None of that bothers you, but there's a subconscious tie there where it feels at ease to be advocacy. There's probably an underlying, if you pick somebody with adversity and then they pick you instead of their addiction, another person because they were just leaving a toxic relationship, or they're telling you when you first meet your friends and they're telling you how terrible their girlfriend is and they're going to leave and they're going to leave, and then they finally are telling you that they left, but that other person kind of never goes away, and you always feel like you're in a competition. You know, Aries likes to compete, and if you couple the advocacy or combine the advocacy with the natural instinct to compete and feel like you can win and be chosen, and that childhood need to have somebody fight for you at all costs because that didn't happen, you can find yourself in repeated cycles of toxic relationships that you won't leave because you'll feel like the bad person for not continuing to advocate for somebody who wasn't capable of choosing you. I hope you rewind that and watch that again. Toxic relationships that you won't leave because you don't want to stop advocating for somebody. You feel guilty no longer advocating for somebody whose issues kept them from choosing you. When this person comes along, it may feel a little bit like this is finally the person that's coming along to give to me what I have given to everyone else for so long. They are temporary. They are healthy. Somebody can be temporary and healthy. Somebody can be temporary and healthy. Yeah, I feel the exhaustion. Just know that is coming, Aries, and it's going to be those bigger rocks closer together so that you can get a little respite from the just complete drained exhaustion. Okay. We are on Leo. By the way, if you didn't watch our Summer of Love, all that is glitter does not, all that is gold does not glitter. Connie, Joe, and I think that I thought I put timestamps on it and I didn't. I will do that later tonight. But that is up on the channel now. And we're going to do part 2, looks like June 11th. Just waiting to hear from the amazing Connie Joe Skywalker. Also, I know I rarely mention it, but we do sessions together and they're kind of amazing. And I finally got series up for people who are frequent flyers. If you just need to buy, like, if you're going to buy 3 or more, there's a discount. Right now it's just on the hour session, so I'll see how those go. But I'm trying to, doing a lot of donation and winning and that kind of thing, the winners. But I'm doing a lot of donation right now and trying to just also make my scheduler more available, because I think the checking in, and I think that when I continually now see progress with people, or just like can't believe how much progress they've made when they do every 6-8 weeks. I mean, I do have some people that are once a month now for like a year, and they're completely different people. But I just wanted to make it easier for you all. So that is up on the website as well. All right, Leo. 5th house, people. Ooh. Leo. I need to clarify this. Sorry, I need to clarify this. For a few short hours in the evening, I think now until like 6 in the morning, there's also a grand trine with the Scorpio moon tonight. So it's Venus at 27 degrees in Cancer, Neptune in 27 degrees in Pisces, and the moon in Scorpio. Let's see. The moon in Scorpio right now, as we speak, as we're all sitting here, is at 26 degrees. So while we are live tonight, hi, Gemini love. So I'm not happy with the Leos. No, I want to make sure I'm giving you the message correctly, because this could go differently depending on the interpretation. Your lunar return is today. That's wonderful. So right now, as we sit and as we convene and gather and share our energy and our love, and we celebrate love as we celebrate pride, we have a grand trine in water, Moon, Venus, Neptune. Man, is that gorgeous. That is gorgeous. It's also deeply emotional. So if you're feeling things, if you want to cry, if you want to laugh, tonight's a great night. And you don't have to have a partner. You don't have to be coupled to enjoy this energy. Tonight is a great night to eat something decadent while like watching one of your most favorite delusional romantic movies, or, you know, reading a great romantic book. Excellent. So what you got was, and why I wanted to clarify, Six of Swords came out first, where it's time to go, but you're taking all of your, you know, with the Six of Swords, yes, you're leaving a situation, but you're taking your thoughts exactly how they are. You're taking, sometimes you physically have to get out of the situation. You like environmentally, energetically have to get out of the situation. But we haven't mentally, emotionally left the situation yet. So when we are having the Six of Swords with the Star in reverse, it tells me you're leaving a situation without healing from it. So then I wanted to clarify, you know, because there's times we just have to get out and the healing will have to wait until later. That's safer. That it stops prolonged trauma. What you doing? What are you doing? Sorry. You heard the pet voice, right? So when we have the Six of Swords with the Star in reverse, my concern is, you know, one, are you safe? Two, are you under the assumption, Leo, that physically or like cutting somebody off, changing the environment, changing the amount of exchange, changing the physicality, the geographical situation, do you think that is fixing it? Because that won't fix it. So I wanted to check in and like, is this a quick decision? Is this, so for some of you, the Seven of Swords in reverse came out. Seven of Swords is one of two things. You're dealing with a cheater, liar, shady, MFer, or it's for you that it's time to just take what you can take and go. Like, you're not gonna be able to take everything with you. Just go, get out. So for Leos, some of you are at that place where you're kind of understanding that the fight is not worth it. That the arguing is not worth it. Even though you know you're right and you can win, it's not worth it. And it's time to just kind of ditch and go. This was upside down. I gotta tell you, for Leo, for some of you, there's suspicion of someone that you don't need to have suspicion of. My back. I know we're not in Merc Retro, but anyone else's internet been completely weird, unreliable? Like, I'm getting kicked off my streaming services, my phone, weird stuff happening here. And I pay for like the most expensive, what is it called? Like I have the Fios with the, I want to call it high fiber, with, you know, the strongest cables, everything, with the booster. Yeah, okay, everybody else has been, except for Juan. Yeah, crazy. I apologize for the freezing. Yes, okay. So the Six of Swords, but with the Star in reverse in the 7th. So some of you might be making a jump decision. Like I just got to get out of here. Now, Leos, I might say for some of you, I'm feeling this for at least 4 or 5 people. There's something that you might not want to deal with, so you're going to leave. It's not, you're gonna take how you exchange. You're gonna take all of that with you, unfortunately. Just be careful. There might be somebody in your ear convincing you that someone else is being shady, because you've had that so many times. You're kind of the mindset like, better I protect myself and get out now than find out that I was wrong and they were right and this person is also shady, because it's me I won't forgive. This might be a little of a hasty decision, Leo. I'm not saying don't, if you're not feeling safe someplace, by all means go. But, and then there'll be time to heal. Also, this person could not be lying to you and not be cheating and not be shady, but it also still is toxic for some reason. It doesn't have to be just one or the other. Okay. Let's move on to just don't shoot yourself in the foot trying to get out of something quick that, you know, you may not need to. She's sleeping right on the other side of this thing. I have the couch in my office, and she's just went to sleep. Okay, Sagittarius. We have the 6 of Cups in reverse and the 3 of Cups in the upright. Boy, this is about love this week. This 3 of Cups is celebration. Sagittarius, 9th house energy. I keep just getting this so strongly. Somebody might be wanting to come back, saying like, oh, you know, we were soulmates. There might have been a little high school, college, even childhood sweethearts thing going on between you and this person, and they're trying to convince you like, no. No. The person, there's a newer person around you that you're either already with, and this old person is trying to make you, I feel like they're pulling heartstrings on the connection, making you have what ifs is the best way I can think to say that. But there is This is a celebratory thing. So they're trying to put you in a third person situation. And you may have, you're sad. You may have talked to them. You may have entertained it. You may had to have explored it. But the person that you're either with now or does not have any old ties to you, that's the one. Somebody else is trying to maybe, and I don't even think it's out of like malfeasance. I don't think it's out of, I think this other person hasn't really the old person from the, if it could be 10 years, 30 years ago, 20, it's just not, it's somebody you've dealt with in the past. But I am feeling like old connection, or like you guys came together at a time that was formative for you, whether it's because you were younger or because you had just gone through something and you both like trauma bonded. Definitely feeling a little bit of trauma bonding. That's what I feel like. They're calling on that trauma bonding. I don't know why I'm going to say this to you, but I'm going to say this to you. I did a lot of Al-Anon. I'm well versed in that system. And I used to go to meetings with my ex-partner. One of the things I discovered, being the person who loved somebody that suffered with self-medication, when there is trauma bonding, I used to call it the Band of Brothers effect. There is a reason why they tell you people, places, thing, and people is the number one on that list. Because people who don't mean to hurt you, but they don't know how to love themselves properly enough to love other people, will cash in on the trauma bonding, will cash in and take you out of a healthier situation because they need the company. They need the validation. They don't do this because they're terrible people. They do this because they are wounded people. Hi, Dolly. Sag, there's a reason that they just showed me that. Like, and I'm seeing certain faces. Hi, Heather. From my own personal past, that like I would have so much empathy and so much like, oh my God, you poor baby, when I would listen to their stories. But every single time my partner would get even 9-18 months of sobriety, this person would come in and cash in on their, I was there for you when things were the worst. We know what it's like. No one knows you like me. No one knows what it was like. We both went through that hell together. Hi, Amber. And so, they were not a terrible person. They were a wounded person. But man, let me cash in that, hey, you and I both know where we came from. You and I both experienced that. I held your hand through that. I was your bestie through that. I was your support through that. I get you. All these other people trying to make you something you're not, they don't get you. I get you. That's the kind of energy that I am getting from this person. And not, again, because they're not a terrible person. Things are not black and white. They are a Venn diagram. It is because they want somebody to validate the unhealed parts of them. And we all need that, but this is more because they need it. They need it because they're not ready to heal, not because it's part of healing. Right? That's so hard to tell. That's so hard to tell. Is this person asking for me to unconditionally validate the unhealed parts of them because it's part of their healing, or is it because they're not ready to heal and they want to stay in a place where they feel more comfortable about that? Hi, Dana. That is a celebration 3 of Cups card. Like, let no person put asunder. We're gonna We're going to listen to this person. We are going to hear them out, but we are also going to watch their cues. You're going to ask them, you're going to look at what they have done, how they have changed, how they have motivated themselves, or whether they are looking for you to be the security item. In the way that they get in is, I can't replace you. There's no one like you. I can't. I think we're meant for each other. I was just so dumb and I didn't see it. Those kind of things. We should just go have lunch kind of thing. It'll come off innocent. It's not going to come off, you need to leave your partner. It's just going to come in and remind you of, like, cashing in that, hey, you know how we went through that whole thing together and we're bonded like no one else could be? That's trauma bonding. Thanks, Amber. But you have something already to celebrate. So, like, go ahead and celebrate that union. Go ahead and celebrate that person. But this person presenting as a soulmate, that's actually trauma bonding and not your soulmate. All right. Let's do Taurus. You know, it feels a little Disney villainous to me when I'm looking at it in this camera. It did not feel that way in my vanity mirror. But, you know, I'm feeling a little modern Ursula, if I'm being honest. But I'm sitting here, so ain't nothing to do about it now. It is what it is. Poor unfortunate souls. Yeah. That's, I just inadvertently straight up did Ursula's makeup. Now you won't be able to unsee it. All right, Taurus, 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 how you doing? Thanks, Lee. I learned some of my best makeup tricks ever in the bathroom of the Stonewall. Always make friends with the gorgeous, gorgeous queens. Because those girls know how to beat a face and they know every single trick. I'm also old school. I did a lot of underpainting and stuff on my clients at the time. Because that's the other thing. Now I can just, you guys can all just hear my voices. Pat Carroll, if you wish. All right, Taurus. Wow. Hey, Jack. The Empress. And I love this Empress card. But when we have the Empress, I do love this Empress card, but she looks slightly like she's trying to relax, but somebody has just said something like, I am trying to relax over here. and you got to go say that crazy shit. Trying to let it focus. Gorgeous. And then we have the Two of Swords. There's a lot going on in Taurus right now. Also second house placements. It's nice when there's Jupiter in the North Node in your sign, Jupiter in your sign, right? Mercury's gone direct. It's also just a lot. And Taurus doesn't love like a lot. Not a lot of different energies. They like to indulge in a lot of like one or two things, maybe three things at a time. Uranus also. I feel like Uranus is involved with the moon tomorrow as well. The full moon tomorrow is at, okay, no, it's not. It's at like 13, 14 degrees tomorrow. It's really heading into the hours of the 4th. It's a very late full moon. And Uranus is at 20 degrees. Mercury is in conjunct the sun and the moon. But Black Lilith is trining the moon and squaring, sextiling the sun tomorrow. You know, Black Lilith, when she rises up in your chart, when she rises up internally inside of you, she vindicates. So when I see Black Lilith talking to the full moon, there can be vindication for people, and that Mercury and Taurus is absolutely involved in that. Whatever that was that somebody said to you, Taurus, is like, I am trying to catch my breath. I have Uranus, I have Jupiter. I just got over a Mercury retrograde in my sign. Like, you know, the sun barely left a week ago. I'm trying to catch my breath. Something, you know, and it can be this, we have the moon in the back. It can be this full moon energy tomorrow for you, Taurus. A lot of everything in Uranus and Taurus is hard for Taurus. Taurus doesn't love change. They will, but they don't want to be forced into it. They want to take their time and be sure about those decisions. They want stability around it. They don't want to have to jump and leap and not know where they're going to land. They prefer a little bit of a safety net. While you are trying to be stable and relax and sit here and you are the Empress, and you are finding ways to be stable in an unstable environment somehow. I'm not sure what's going on with you, Taurus, but I feel that. Something else has come along and made you feel like now you got to pick something, but I am promising you there is a third way. Use your intuition. You're going to know what it is. you can't let this person pressure you. Also, somebody's uncomfortable with the fact that you're like, oof, sitting in that comfortable in your own skin. That just came through hard. So somebody's trying to make you uncomfortable with the fact that you're sitting and like kind of getting to relax a little bit. Your natal is exact with the moon tomorrow. Expect the unexpected, Heather. Tomorrow I'm taking I have a virtual lecture from an international astrologer that I'm excited to attend in the afternoon, and then in the evening I'm starting advanced astrology to further, because my Gemini brain cannot get enough. So I'm taking a 14-week advanced astrology course, which I am super stoked about. And just I have been eating books and, you know, getting everything that I can as Uranus is getting ready to move into my 9th house of higher education, philosophy. So otherwise I would be doing a full moon thing for tomorrow, but I will be mostly in classes tomorrow, in lectures and in actual classes. You're gonna have to, I know you can be stubborn, Taurus, but you're gonna have to I feel like you're gonna get annoyed. You're gonna let them know that you're annoyed, and then like it's just easier if I do the thing. No, like I know it's not the Kepler. It's not the Kepler program. If you want, you can email me and I'll tell you different, like, in my humble opinion, what's worth the money. Some of the programs are expensive and some of the programs aren't expensive, and some programs that aren't expensive, so it feels like a bargain, is stuff you can find for free on the internet or in a book or in a book on tape for a fraction of the cost. So feel free to email me. Taurus, not that you're not stubborn and not that you're not going to let them know that you're not happy about feeling like they're putting pressure on you when you just sat still. But you're going to have to try to not give in to the temptation. If it's just easier if I do the damn thing. It's just easier if I comply. It won't be easier later. It won't be easier later. I know you want it to be easier so you could just get on with the other things that you were enjoying, but it won't be easier later. My hair is crazy. Hi, Moanne. Okay, let's do Virgo. Right on time. Now I have that song in my head. Who said that? Heather. I want to break free. That was a very bad Mercury. I can't do. Nobody can do Freddie Mercury. Maybe some people can. Why is the song Rihanna important to somebody in the room? Or I don't know if it's for the replay viewers. That often happens. Why is the song Rihanna important? Not just like you like it, but it's important. I don't feel like I can Wouldn't you love to love her? Oh, you love you've never seen a woman. Take it back. What'd you say if she promised you heaven? That's the line. They'll make me hear a song and then they'll like lead me to the line of the song that has the pertinence for somebody else. What would you say if she promised you heaven? Will you never win? That's for somebody. Virgo, that's funny because last week the collective message that I had gotten, because I was hearing, I want to say it was the Hopelessly Devoted to You song, and then somebody claimed it in the replay. But you just helped sick kitten kids named Rihanna. But like, it's not just the name Rihanna, like, and not like Rihanna, it's the Stevie Nicks song Rihanna, not like Riri Rihanna, who we love, but gorgeous, gorgeous strength card. That's one of my favorites. Virgo. Something that was in the icebox is out. Something that was in the icebox that was in the cold, ghosted, out of communication. It might not even be ghosted. There could have been an argument. It's not, ghosting to me is like when you expect the communication and it just stops and you don't know why and you can't get a response. This feels, I mean, there's a fight in this card, and in case you can't see, she's running away. Whatever you held your guns from, Virgo, you're going to hear from this person. It's going to come out of the cold. You had to really reinvent how you stay strong, Virgo. I feel like the term staying strong means something to you different now. Staying strong before would have been like letting that person know, continuing the argument, trying to prove a point, something. So you not reaching out, you not contacting, you not trying to fix it, you not even to express why you're upset. This is a new level of strength, because look how, I mean, we have this beautiful person on a lion. There is a rainbow hawk, and I think that's a whale, with the infinity sign underwater here. So there's something really unconventional. You stepped out of your comfort zone. For sure. Yeah. Yes, Anastasia. That's, and if I'm like burnt out on education that's like pertinent to me, I was like watching, I couldn't sleep last night. I was watching a documentary on the Tudors. Like, instead of watching Games of Thrones, I watch like really boring documentaries. Yeah, because that's Game of Thrones enough. The ghosting is gonna, the communication is gonna open up, Virgo. The communication is going to open up. All right, let's do Capricorn. Capricorn 10th house placements. All right, I'm going to take a minute because I'm feeling something. So I'm going to take a moment, universe, spirits, and guides, and I am calling back all of my power to me now that's being used with or without my permission. There it goes. And we're just rejecting any negative energy, and we're going to send anything that's sent to us. It's not in our best interest, and we're going to send it back to its rightful owner, but wrapped in love, light, and forgiveness. Okay. Oh, I felt that. Even though I did it at the beginning, sometimes in the middle I have to do it. Not everybody that watches you because they like you. And I can feel it. Pluto on the ascendant. I always feel it. Okay. Capricorn. Tower in reverse. In the 9 of Cups. That confidence. Now, I don't mind the Tower in reverse. Like maybe you avoided something that was going to be disaster and you chose your own validation. This is going to go one or two ways. This community is completely split. Capricorn placements, 10th house, or if you're just here and you're hearing it and it resonates, you're supposed to. The Tower in reverse. You may have avoided a really disruptive situation by, instead of getting validation from somebody else, you got validation from yourself. I feel a resistance of temptation here, Capricorn, which, you know, Capricorn represents the devil card. So, but because that's the temptation, right? There's some kind of resistance for the other parts of you. For the other half of the community, you are trying to avoid a tarot moment that's supposed to come to you, that's supposed to, you know, Pluto's about to come back into your sign. There's a tarot moment you're trying to avoid by saying, like, we are not playing with that energy anymore. I've worked too hard. You are not coming back in here and messing all of that up. But there's one other thing. You know, I say this all the time. Please hear me. Please hear me. When the tower moments happen, when a tower moment happens, this is not your stability. Like, you know, it's a tower, but it almost seeming like people were living there, right? They are now they have no home, or their home is knocked down. The tower is not your stability. The tower is an obstacle. And often the people falling out of the building are not you. They are representative of whatever avoidance you're holding out of guilt. Let me explain that. Sometimes we don't cut the cord. We don't leave the relationship. We don't leave the job. We don't say the thing. We don't have the conversation. We don't move out of our own way because there are other people connected to us. And often it feels too uncomfortable, or like too many people will be hurt, or they'll be coming at you for help, or whatever the case may be. But sometimes those people falling out of the burning tower, that's not you. That's how you feel that you moving through this obstacle will make other people feel. It is the dread, the anxiety of what consequences will my actions have, even if it's in my best interest. How will this affect everyone else as well? And you know, Capricorn's, I think, willing to be a little bit unlikable, to be, you know, keeping on their path. But this feels personal, Capricorn. And again, some of you avoided the Tower moment because you didn't take the temptation of going elsewhere for validation. But for others of you, you are determined to stay in this Nine of Cups, and you're trying to avoid, and you think that this Nine of Cups feeling can avoid the Tower moment. But you're not supposed to avoid the Tower moment, because again, this is not your stability burning down. This is an obstacle being cleared out of your way. Now I want to do an hour-long TED Talk on other people's personal responsibility, and how much are you thinking that you're helping them from them crashing their lives or causing a crash in their life, when this was all part of the story. You might be delaying who they're supposed to be and where they're supposed to be by having, I'm just going to say it, that little bit of ego to think that what you do or how you conduct yourself or whether you move out of something that kind of, you know, everybody knows is toxic. It could be a job, but to think that no one will ever recover from the chain of events that you create when you do the right thing. If you're afraid to break up with somebody because you feel like they won't recover, they'll hate you, other people will look at you badly, maybe you trying to stay with them to avoid all that is keeping them from their rightful soulmate. Be careful that ego doesn't make you think that whatever you need to do next, because Capricorns are also people that very young took care of others, had responsibility. So the sense of responsibility you will feel for those people falling out of the Tower can keep you from trying to let it happen. But you're also keeping them from their path. You're also keeping them from their story. In the Summer of Love video, I literally talk about, this is years and years ago, I had a tarot reader that I would see every once in a while, and she kept saying, oh my God, girl, you've been having a Tower moment forever. Like, every time we do cards, you get the Tower moment. And she made it like a fearful thing. What can I do to avoid it? How would that be in my best interest? And that Tower moment brought me to you, brought me to all of you. I wouldn't change it for the world. And yes, it affected other people. But like, it's years later and everything is better and everybody is where they're supposed to be. So you can't, make sure that your ego is not telling you that no one will ever be able to recover if you're not around to take care of them. And that's why you avoid the Tower, Capricorn. That is beautiful. This we love. We love to see it. All right, Gemini. Y'all got so quiet during Capricorn. Gemini third house placements, and if you hear it and it resonates, just take it. And if you're a Gemini or you have third house placements and none of it makes sense to you, it's not for you. Okay. Oh, 3. Just like a Gemini. 3 cards. Literally, look at them hanging out, but didn't fall out. Not taking them. If they want to come out this time, they will. Okay. Weirdly enough, Gemini, I don't think your message is that much different than Capricorn's. Listen, this is going to get better. But I have the Three of Swords for you, Gemini. What are you doing? Okay. I have the Three of Swords for you. This Three of Swords really, really interesting. Because see how decorated it is? It's on fire. It has flowers. It's a stained glass window. Hi, honey. Did you want to come over here? There's some kind of embracing, Gemini, of the pain means you loved. Or, you know, there's some kind of acclamation to love being pain. And this could be because that's what childhood was like, watching parents. I'm feeling a single mom situation, where maybe they were with people that weren't super healthy for them. And so there is this attachment to the utter, like, life-shattering beauty of the being alive through a broken heart. Especially for Gemini moon people, I'm feeling this. We also have the Death in reverse. Ugh, I hate saying this, but I'm not gonna lie. I think that decorated really beautiful. I mean, it's a stained glass window. It's almost like it's memorialized. It is somebody that broke your heart and like you feel like you can't get over it. You do. I mean, you are social and you have other relationships, but this is like the one. It's the Cat Stevens song. It's a tube thing because she has a hard time chewing. We're still rehabbing her from starvation, so she eats every little once in a while like a baby because her stomach was so shrunken from starving all the time when she was out on the street. But we told her she's not for these streets anymore. So now she's just like a baby, but I have to function, so I have these tubes everywhere so that I can, yeah. So this, do you see how like it's kept in honor? There's like, it's kept in glass. It's adorned in flowers. It's precious. This broken heart that somebody gave you is so precious. Because I'm hearing the Cat Stevens song, I would have given you all of my heart, but there's somebody who's torn it apart. What's the rest of the lyrics for that? It's the first cut is the deepest. Some of you might not know the Sheryl Crow version. I know the Cat Stevens version. But that's this person. I would have given you all of my heart, but there's somebody who's torn it apart. And, okay, sweet girl. You have to get that off my, thank you. So I don't want to run around with that on my finger and all over my cards. So there is, I'll just show you her face. Oh, she's got like an old soul face. Let's see if I can get her to look into the camera. Anyway. I don't want to say this person is coming back, but I have the Death card in reverse. I don't know how else to read this. for some of you, that person, and this feels like somebody who could have been gone for a while out of your life. This just may be a couple of you. I feel like there's been like 20 years of marriages to other people almost. And this person might be coming back. Hi, Stacy. For some of you, it's the person that you've been memorializing this broken heart for. For others of you, there was a close second. And either, just like Sagittarius, which would be interesting because Gemini, Sagittarius can sometimes rationalize why they're, sometimes it just makes sense for them to have more than one, poly, whatever. If you like it, I love it. Whatever you're healthy about, and everyone is in the know, right? But sometimes talking to two people where not everyone knows can be justified because it's necessary, because you have to close doors. You can't have open-ended questions because, you know, Gemini needs an answer to their questions. The curiosity, right? It feels like there might have been, if this isn't the original person, and gosh, I just got for like, it might just be one of the original person may have like, they're not here with us anymore. And that might be the reason for the shrine, I want to say, to the broken heart. There was a person that came a close second, but the problem is they came too close after the first person, the first time around, and you were not ready. I think that close second person is going to come in, and there's a chance here. Again, Gemini. I also feel you doubting it. Maybe that's the Rihanna song. Maybe that's because I heard that line. What would you say if she promised you heaven? Will you ever win? I hate sparkle mint. Sparkle mint, I feel like you're supposed to go on the friends and family schedule and book yourself something. I think we talked about that, but I don't. Yeah. That close second person was also too close in time after this person. But something's coming back. Something's coming back. This feels heavy. It feels important. It feels good. But it also feels like, are you going to accept it, Gemini, or are you going to push it away? Is the fear of being in that shrine of a broken heart going to keep you from accepting it? Okay. Oh, you're in on the 17th. Good. The June 17th is the new moon in Gemini. And it's the day Saturn goes retrograde, I want to say. Would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart, and it's taken just all that I have. Yeah. Like, I feel this with you, Geminis. Gemini moons, especially. But if you want to try again. But yeah. It's acceptance, and it's not comparing the two. All right, we are on Libras. How are my beautiful Libras? Remember, Libras, right now is like preparation season for that South Node. Because when the South Node goes into, well, when the nodes switch over to Aries and Libra, that's cardinal, and Pluto will be back in the 29th degree, also of Capricorn. So you're going to have that T-square to the nodes. When we do part 2, we're also going to talk about end of July and August. Just the crunchy stuff there that we just want you to know about so you can navigate it to your best interest, not to scare you. I would never tell you about something that there's not action that you can take on your part to, you know, have a best interest moment. I would never tell you things that, just to scare you, make you feel hopeless. All right. Libra. Libra, you have the Four of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse. Take the rest, because you have done so much. You have King of Cups quite a bit. You know, don't forget that Libra is squaring Cancer and that King of Cups energy. The Libras are really mushy romantic partners. I'm hearing you did the damn thing. That's what I'm hearing. Like, you exerted all the effort you were supposed to exert. You have done all the things. You have, like, it's time for you to rest and receive a little bit here. And I feel like, hi, Mama Moon. I want to encourage everyone, if you're watching at this moment, before we finish up air and move into water, because I think I'm going to open up for questions, maybe just for like 15-20 minutes tonight. But if you're behind in the live, like, make sure you either put your little finger on the dot on your phone or on your mouse. Make sure you're at the most caught up moment. Yeah, you've done everything that you could have done. You've been supportive, you've been romantic, you've been thoughtful, you've been overextending. You have, I always say that about Libra, like, if Libra thinks it'll make the relationship better and it will be lovely for their partner, they'll take off their arm and be like, I could just give you the arm. If, like, your arm is not working for you and it's inhibiting this relationship from being all that it can be, so we can be happy and partnered and cuffed and interactive and integrated and all of those things, and symbiotic, I will just take off my arm and give you, because I don't need it. If you need it, I'm good, right? And so I feel like you have done that. You're feeling conflicted or a little bit of guilt over not being the King of Cups right now. And so let me explain. The King of Cups is gender fluid. And I mean, I love this card because it's androgynous as fuck. But it is... The reason that this is the King of Cups, not one of the other Cups cards, is because the King of Cups has an emotional maturity where they're able to give without completely, it's like they're a bottomless pit because they have the emotional maturity of not having the attachment as much. You're really, 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 really working on that, and you are almost there, Libra. You're almost there with the, you know, Libra with the attachment is just as strong as Cancer. I would say it's like, you know, Cancer and then Libra in some ways. That is a well-needed lay down. Don't have the guilt about being a little bit more pragmatic. Don't have the guilt about being drained. Don't have guilt about being tapped out. You did the damn thing. The thing is I see you resting and stressed out while you're resting, because you're resting and you're not being this. When you're this, it stresses you out. So even when you're resting, you can't rest. Don't do that to yourself, Libra. I know that just made sense to who it had to make sense, so this is why I'm smiling. All right. Aquarius. If you're just joining me tonight, I'm using my all-inclusive Modern Witch Tarot, and I'm using my all-inclusive. I've had this deck a couple of years now. It's the Love is Love deck. It's actually called the Pride Tarot, if anyone's looking for it. I always call it the Love is Love deck because that's what the outside says. But each illustration is credited to someone in they're all different artists, but they're all artists from the LGBTQIA community. All right, so Aquarius, 11th house placements, and if this resonates for you, I'm being told to stop for a second. Oof. Okay. I was just told to stop and breathe for a minute before I did the Aquarius. I don't know if that means Aquarius is going to be heavy. Lee, can you send the other one to go get me another Delectables? Because she's literally just walking back and forth between. And so when I take questions, I'm going to also give her another one. Aquarius, you have the King of Pentacles in the front. First, let me show you him. This King of Pentacles is very, very wise. Very wise, but also a little lonely because they understand things. Oof, this is why I had a... So the wisdom is bringing loneliness in a crowded room because there may have felt like there's connection, but then it only gets so deep because your lack of attachment and your understanding of some things, my lovely Aquarian and Aquarian energy, has you feeling like a solitude that you carry with you, is the phrase that I am hearing. Well, it might as well be for her, but no. They have a crown. They have the star for healing. But there's forlorn on this beautiful face of this beautiful human. And I love this Two of Pentacles. But it was upside down. I just heard, what do you give the person that has everything? What do you get for somebody who has everything? And what you get them is connection. It's what's throwing things out of balance. It's like there's nothing wrong, but something's not right. And don't be hard on yourself either. There's like nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you that you can't connect with people. There's a place that you occupy, a space, that again, other people would have to have gotten through that like masterclass of lack of attachment, and not to take things personal, and all of these. It's like you have everything. You have the star, you have the crown, you have the adornments, you've done the work, but there's not a lot of people that get it. So it's almost like you're forced to spend, you know, in this card we see somebody so gorgeously, beautifully, joyfully on a pedestal, showing everybody that they are unique, authentic, enjoying their best life. And this is balanced, right? So when we have this out of balance, it just makes me feel between this card and the expression on this beautiful king's face that you're just longing. You're not running around being inauthentic, but maybe you want somebody to step into the space with you where you it's like you have to sugarcoat for other people because your wisdom is misinterpreted. I hope that makes sense. I know it will make sense to whoever it has to make sense to. Remember that you are a shining example. Remember that you are not unkind when you are clear, when you are without, everybody loves Aquarius because they are without judgment. Part of how we get to without judgment is also to be without attachment and not take things personal. The lesson of not being able to manipulate you for other people is part of their journey. You do not have to sugarcoat where you're at. And the less that you put on training wheels for your interaction in kindness to other people, the harder it's going to be for universe to bring you the people that can sit with you in this energy. I keep getting, for the last couple of months, Aquarians in this. Like, there's somebody that they love, but because Aquarians will always find an answer, there's somebody around the Aquarius energy that always has a problem so that you can fix it and they feel loved. It can come off a little dramatic, and you don't want to be there anymore because you worked so hard to like be away from all of that, just kind of in this peaceful, elevated state. But then it's out of balance for you to try to put training wheels on yourself for other people who can't handle it and see it as a personal affront because of your your understanding of universe. Like, you should be celebrating, like, this is like a graduation, like a PhD, magna cum laude, you know? And instead you're having to like water down some stuff. Don't water it down. Don't put training wheels on it. Hi, Cece. Don't put the training wheels on it. Because you are capable of having the conversation, explaining that that was not personal, explaining that, you know, this is how you conduct yourself, because it's a lack of attachment, and it's okay if they don't understand it. You can do that. And then Cancers. But you're going to make more room for people that can understand you and are at that place. If you no longer put training wheels on how far you've come. You'll keep feeling out of balance because you'll invite more people that kind of want what you've learned through osmosis, but also fault you for it. Okay, she's back. Cancer, I don't even know what to say. Cancer, out popped the Sun card. I'm glad that helps. Cancer, 4th house placements, and if you're hearing it and it seems like it's for you, then it's for you. I didn't mean for this to be ASMR with little Miss Sadie here. The Page of Pentacles also came out, but in reverse. I find this a really interesting juxtaposition. You know, Cancers right now have Venus at 27 degrees. Hey, Cole, at 27 degrees. Oh, Teresa, I have to email you. And Neptune, like I said, right now, as we speak, there is a grand trine from the moon, Venus, and Neptune. How gorgeous is that right now, as we're all talking? The moon in Scorpio, Venus in Cancer, and Neptune in Pisces. This Sun card represents that, right? We have, what's today? The 3rd. So we have like 18 days, a little bit more than 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks before the Sun moves into Cancer. You know, it's your time to shine here, but there is definitely like a celebration. Sunflowers to me too. Sunflowers are not, once you figure out how to grow them, they're huge and they're big and they're beautiful, but it can be a little tricky to grow them because they need to be facing up for that sun. But yet we have a Page of Pentacles here. It's in reverse. I feel like maybe you are just not thinking small anymore. I think that you are not, that is not a scratch pad. What are you doing? Hey, what are you doing? I don't think that you're taking small offers from anyone right now. I mean, this is beautiful. And the thing is that, yeah, everything. I have them all over the house because everything is not a scratch pad. She's on something plastic though. Like, she can't hurt it. So, but I've never seen her do that. I think she needs pumpkin. By the way, cats love pumpkin puree, just plain organic pumpkin puree. And that's also helpful to keep everything moving inside their little systems. So I think maybe she's needs pumpkin. But this sun card is so beautiful. There is a celebration there. There's the sunflowers. To me, when I see sunflowers that are faced up and towards the sun, this is this is internal. Somebody didn't come along and give you that sun card. This is self-serve. This is absolutely self-serve. I don't think that you are settling for small anything. And I don't think you're tying whether somebody's coming in with a big offer or asking you to marry them, settle down with them. I don't think you're tying that to happiness anymore. Also, Cancer, you know, watch your spending. That's the other thing. Watch your spending right now. I mean, we talked a little bit about financial stuff on that video Connie Jo and I did. We're going to talk more about it. But is it on the 17th? It might be Uranus that is talking to that new moon. But there's also a day in July that I said, you know, there are some days in June that'll make you want to spend. And today and tomorrow are one of them. And then there might be a rainy day. And so that you really don't, because Uranus you can't plan for. And there are some financial indicators, even in the collective. So also, that is just, especially for Cancers, because they spend with their heart. They spend with their heart. So be careful overspending. But also, you're not taking small offers. You're not playing it small anymore. To, you know, I could live my life to better suit your mood. Cancers are great at doing that. They can better live their life to suit somebody else's mood. We're not doing that. Yeah. All right, let's get into Scorpio. How are my Scorpios? Are you guys ready for the decompression? Because that eclipse season, I kept saying it, but that eclipse season was no joke. Then we just had like a crunchy T-square for everybody. But those nodes are about to leave. That south node is about to be out of Scorpio. Two eights. Scorpio. It seems like it's time. We're sitting in that gorgeous Scorpio moon with the Neptune and the Cancer. But from the Scorpio moon side, that Venus in Cancer that feels like it can nurture you, and that Neptune Pisces, that Neptune and Pisces can let you dare to dream, which normally doesn't feel afforded to you. But that's enough dream that you can maybe move out of where you feel like you're supposed to be punished. Sorry, Scorpio, I'm just saying what I'm hearing. There's a part of you that may feel like you're supposed to be punished, but this energy today and tomorrow especially can give you that little bit of needed delusion to pull you out of it. And then I see busyness, work, Eight of Pentacles is putting in work for a reason. There's something that you're going to get out of it. And you know it. So you're walking away from something that no longer serves you to move into something that you will happily be busy doing and occupying yourself with. But please embrace this energy right now that you have with that Neptune in Pisces and the Venus in Cancer, because that what might feel delusional or that dream or that hope is what you need to pull you out of the hole, to be quite frank, of feeling like things might suck because they're supposed to, because this is all you get out of this life, because you deserve to be punished for whatever reason that I'm feeling right now. When we look at the Eight of Cups, do you see the sun? You are walking towards the sun. And it's funny because this is the only Eight of Cups where we don't see eight separate cups, but we see that shit was on fire. You are going to burn a bridge that you cannot come back to. And that is really important for Scorpio. Because talk about drama bonding, and Scorpio, please go listen to Sagittarius. Go listen to Sagittarius and the whole thing I did about trauma bonding and somebody wanting to like cash in their like, hey, remember what we went through? Remember what I did for you? Remember how I was there for you? I feel like there's been that back and forth between you and this energy that really has no longer served you for a while. This time you're going to set shit on fire so that you can't have anything to watch. It's almost like your own insurance policy. Very Scorpionic, but it's in your best interest in a weird way. Don't actually please set anything on fire and then tell everyone that I told you to do it. That's not what I mean. It was a metaphor. Okay, let's go Pisces. Pisces, and then I think I'm going to take like 15 minutes of questions. And then I'm going to take my magnesium and my melatonin because I got to get up early for class. But first, I'm going to eat some tacos. Try to love again. Yeah, try to love again, but I'm not. You have a Bic and a Zippo lighter. Zippo lighters are cool. Why are we talking about a Bic lighter? And who's hot? I'm missing out. I'm all channeling and talking to spirit and I can't pay attention. He's so hot, can't think of his name. What did I say? Make sure you hit a red button. Shauna, spill. Who's hot? From where? Did I say something that I don't remember now? Like Scorpios are hot? I won't disagree with that. I mean, setting that relation so there's nothing, like burn the bridge so you can't cross it again and cross back into something that no longer serves you. In that card, the cups are set on fire. They're not, you can't turn around and walk back to it. What is going on with my cards here? Okay. 15 minutes is for one person. When I do the really slow readings, but if I'm just going to do yes or no's, I'm just going to do yes or no's tonight. And if you've never been here before, yes or no's just means you have to answer, you have to ask me something that I can answer yes or no. Because one, that's kind of all I have the bandwidth for, and then this way you know I'll give you an accurate answer. And B, there's too many people in the room to do anything longer. Rob Thomas, he always, he talks about when he wrote that song that he ended up doing with Carlos Santana. And when Carlos Santana was sent the song, he read the lyrics and said to him, "You must be married to a Latino." Because that line, like, I could change my life to better suit your mood. I'd love to go look at his chart. And he indeed is married to a gorgeous, aren't they all, Latina. So one of my best friends, I used to call her En Fuego, because she was just loved hard, played hard, but she was stunning in sweats and a ponytail and no makeup, and then all dressed up, distractingly gorgeous. But the passion, everything, all of it. Yes, Rob Thomas. Is it a behind the music? Go find the interview. Go look it up on YouTube. Rob Thomas and Santana. What is the song called? Just like an ocean. Give me a heart. Let's forget about it. What is the name? Is that song? Ocean, see that feeling like me with you. Give me your heart and be real, or else forget about it. Oh my God, why? I cannot remember the name of that song. I want to say it's called like Magic or Spell or something along those lines, although that doesn't make sense. Smooth. Thank you. Page of Wands for Pisces. I want to say the last couple of weeks, your readings are really about no longer feeling the need to like be all things, to prove all things, really, to prove all things. The Hermit. This is a brand new journey. This is coming out and having the confidence to come out again and start something new and not care what anyone... Listen, Pisces are so just endlessly creative. A lot of Pisces have more than one major career in their lives because they're so effing talented. They have so many skills. They can live a lot of lives in a short amount of time and very deeply, and then not feel the sense of accomplishment because they see the world at large in a way that some of us cannot. Page of Wands is completely starting new project, look at that little growth on the stick on the top here. This, you already know this is something that you're meant to do. And then we have the Hermit in reverse. This takes you out of hiding whatever you were trying to hide. I'm not just saying that because we're set, like, for one or there, I feel somebody that like there's a coming out to maybe being like fluid or pan or bi or something like that. But for most Pisces, this is about not hiding what you're excited about or what you have the skill level naturally to start, because somebody else sees your new adventure like failure from your old one. Yeah. Pisces North Node, and I get it. But a lot of times people are like, oh, why aren't you doing that anymore? Like, are you not good enough anymore? Can you not compete in that market? Oh, did that not work out for you? And so you may have been hiding what you're doing and putting off answering questions, I feel like. And for some of you, this is love. Yes, it is. It's love. And some of you, this is self-love and not hiding who you are. But there's a big theme in not hiding who you are. The Hermit in reverse is, I'm coming out. Now that doesn't have to be in reference to coming out, but it just means that you're no longer hiding. And with that gorgeous Page of Wands there, with that new sprouting growth, and you know, all that water, there's new emotions to explore that you're not hiding. But like, don't doubt that, Pisces. I just keep hearing like, you know, guys, tonight's a great day to like write down goals, write down what you want to do, like for yourself, not to impress anyone else. Because tonight's the night you can be delusional, you can dream, you can, Cancer Venus is so nurturing. Scorpio moon is so deep and so transformative and so like it's the vault, right? That moon sign is like a vault. And so when we have that Pisces, Neptune, that cotton candy, those dreams, that expansion, that unconditional love with that nurturing, gorgeous Cancer Venus and the Scorpio moon, it allows you to take things from the vault, nurture them, and put them out into fruition for yourself. And 2 weeks from now, please don't doubt yourself and run back into hermit mode, Pisces. That's what I'm worried about. Okay. Are we ready? Let me get I have a new little setup here, and instead of like stacking books to like lift up my laptop, I have this like little thing that has, I can keep my lighter and my pendulums, and I'm so happy. Okay. All right, so we can do yes or no questions. Is this good for me? Is it not good for me? You don't even have to. You can just ask me, like, you can tell me that you're thinking something, and I can give you cards and yes or no. But I just need to, Cole, I want to answer you, but I just need you to present it in a way that I can say yes or no. So this way I can also just take as many people as possible. Oh, good. I'm glad, Shauna. Don't forget to email me about classes, Shauna. All right, so you guys can go ahead and ask your questions. No one else is blocking me from taking them or anything. I will see them when I see them. Okay, Kit. There's a lot of heat between your friend and you. And there's a lot of support. Something feels not fair about this situation. Like in a perfect world, in another lifetime, are the phrases I'm hearing, Kit. Is this a fated connection for Kit? Between her friend and her? I'm getting the littlest yes. Okay, is it fated that they're supposed to be in each other's lives? Big yes. Okay. Is it fated that that is her romantic partner forever? No. So is it a fated connection? Yes. Okay. Heather, you're so bored. Yeah, when Venus moves into Gemini, which will only be a couple more days because we're at 27 degrees of Cancer. Will there be excitement? There'll be excitement, but don't trust nobody. Take a good look at them. I hope you watch with the dates. Between June 30th and July 22nd is really when you want to take stock of how earnest and authentic someone's being with you. Is Heather's love life gonna pick up and be more interesting in June? Yes. Is it the interesting stuff gonna be for a good time? Yes. Is it gonna be for a long time? It just stopped. Okay. Hi Maya. Hi Dolly. Did you want to ask a question quick since you have to go? Thank you so much. Oh my goodness, 2 a.m. there. Monique, does your partner miss you as much as... Yes. Why do I feel like he feels like he's doing... It's that fucked up thing where he feels like he's doing you a favor. He feel like he's doing her a favor? He's overthinking everything. Yeah. He's thinking, he's trying to think his feelings instead of feeling his feelings. But he's missing you. But he's overthinking it. Super Bowl go to POA, so you have to go to Vegas if it hits it. I'm a little bit of both. I'm getting like, I can't decide whether I want to go to Vegas or just go to this like local jazz festival. Like, you pick and we'll do whichever one you pick. Like that kind of thing, like playful and just see what kind of answer you get. Rather than like, hey, want to go to Vegas with me? Be like, I can't decide if I want to just like pick up and go to Vegas or do this like local festival thing that's happening. So you pick for me and then whatever you decide we'll go do. Like, so that it can be laughed at. And there's not pressure. All right. What's the answer for Jazzy? Is it Vegas by itself invite? No. Is it local festival invite? Yes. Can it be both and see what they pick? Yes. I'm hearing it. And then like delivered. Like I can't decide, so you decide for us. Like you decide and then we'll just go do whatever. Yeah, I don't think he's doing you a favor. I said it's like messed up. He thinks like he is doing you a favor, but he's not. I agree, he's not. Gabby. Hi, Gabby. Does Scorpio view me as their person? Does Gabby Scorpio view her as their person? Please and thank you. I got no, yes, no. Let's get a card on that, Gabby. I think he can't decide. I feel like it's a timing thing, Gabby. Does that make sense? It's like frustrating. I'm like annoyed for you. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah. He's being impatient about what he should be patient about. If that makes any sense. he can't decide. I feel the connection though, and I feel like annoyed for you that it's like, oh my god, it's so obvious. Like, but you don't want to push it. I feel like you don't want to push it. You're not pushing yourself on anyone you don't need to. But also, like, you innately feel like that would be unattractive, and you don't want to be that person. Classmate you danced with at the 15 reunion. Cool. Let's see. And I'm happy to do these yes or no's. If you obviously, you know where to find me if you want something more in depth. I am going to run a birthday special again this year because y'all loved it last year. But give me like a couple of weeks before I have that info out. But I do have the discounted series right now. Sadie, what you doing? Yeah, what you doing? We're answering a question for Cole. Do you want to join me? Do you want to join me? You want to come up? Okay, but you can... I can't leave. I know you want me to follow you. She's like, can we go to the other room? You're in here a long time. Cole, is that a good match for you? There's like chemistry there. I don't know that there's a lot of good stability. So again, there's, okay, you're going to come up that way. You like that better? She's not good with the jumping and everything because she just life beat her up hard, honestly. Come on, baby. So there's chemistry there. It'll temporarily seem like a good match, but it could bring a little bit of instability eventually. I feel like maybe they're lacking a little bit of inner peace. And I think you know that. I don't know that you'll be able to like give that to them. I feel like you're somebody who could give them a sense of safety and you feel like, well, that fixes everything. But it's so internal that I don't know that I mean, we can't give people their own internal peace. We can help create an environment for them to find that for themselves. But warning, there is a bit of instability with it. Shauna, should you go for it now? All right, Sadie, should Shauna go for it now? I'm getting a yes, but I'm getting a small yes. Should Shauna go for it now? Yeah. I like literally need to get you like a little plate or something in here. By the way, she tried to like steal my whole entire piece. I made Thai chicken the other day. And then I made like a peanut sauce and rice and all that stuff with the scallion. And she tried to like run away with the entire, so she loves Thai chicken. Try to give her a piece of like salmon, didn't want it. She also loves bacon. She's also tried to steal my bacon, but she ate out of people's garbages for a long time. So, and she might have eaten behind a restaurant for a while. So she has a very diverse taste in food. It's kind of funny. Shauna. Hi, Stella. Yes. it's like I'm not allowed to tell you something. Shauna, I'm so sorry. I have to not tell you something so nothing gets tried to get like skipped or circumvented, because that does not serve your best interest. Does that make sense? Like, yes, go for it, but have zero expectations. That doesn't mean it won't end up well, but don't have expectations. It's really important for you not to have expectations. And there's other stuff that I cannot tell you yet because it might, the journey won't be played out how it should be in your best interest. That's interesting. Okay. Maricela. Oof. Okay. Hear me out. If he's moving on situationally. I feel like this person is a 180 from you. I feel like they're a 180 from you, and this is not a great situation. I don't feel full investment from them to this new person. If it's moving on, it's just a like attempt at a quick fix. Hopefully that answered the question the right way. Hi, Brianna. Brianna or Brianna, you let me know. Am I making the right decision? Is Brianna making the right decision? Yes, you're making the right decision. Sorry, I know we're like halfway through, but I just want to light this because I feel like I have to clear an energy so everybody's getting their answers. There's a big energy. It's not a bad energy. I just would like want to give it a hug and be like, how about you and I kiki later because I need to be focused. Danny, is it time for you to move on from your person of interest? Dim all the lights, sweet darling, 'cause tonight it's all the way. That's for someone. Is that for you? Well, again, I have somebody I feel like you're going to have a lot less anxiety and self-torture if you do walk away, move on from your person of interest. I have somebody also, King of Swords, kind of not very, very truthful. They're not going to say a whole lot more than they think that they need to say, but they also might not be great, again, in feeling all of their feelings. And I don't know that this person is... like a match for you in nurturing, in like, I think you have and can love them the way they need to be loved. And I think that it's been and can be like potentially good, but I don't know that this is the person that like loves you the way you deserve, and your soul completely, it feels like it has potential. Like it feels like the situation must feel like it has potential, but you know, it's certainly not now. This is, it could just be a timing thing. Moving on is in your best interest right now, because you need to have a break from the anxiety, is what I'm hearing. Not, it might not be full on anxiety, but it's stress. Amber, this person of thought have best intentions. Does Amber's person have best intentions? Amber. Oof. Oh, I run a birthday special every year, Monique. My birthday is in a few weeks. I'm June 26th. So there'll be more information about it coming soon. I actually feel like this person wants to see you and wants to like, I have this card, the Three of Pentacles. But this is somebody being very comfortable and being seen and drawn just as they are. I don't know if the intention is anything more than to like connect with you. I'm getting vibes of somebody like experiences in life, or like experiencing people. Like he wants to experience, or they want to experience, they want to see you and like know you truly. I don't know if there's anything beyond that intended. So it's hard to say good or bad intentions, because the intention right now that I'm feeling is just to like get in and truly see you and know you. And then from there, which is actually, they'll make up their mind about how long-term the intentions is. It's just actually really super in healthy way. Like, I don't mind that at all. Anastasia, I'm going to answer just a couple more. Hi, Leah. Are you only meant for one person? I mean, that's a no. None of us are only meant for one person. There's one person. We're gonna do a whole, Connie Jo wants to do, and so do I, a whole thing about like soulmates, karmics, twin flames, and all of that. So, but there's more than one person. We have more than one soulmate. You travel with them from life to life, so it just depends. Huh. Now listen, please watch, Anastasia, please watch the whole summer love thing. I think there's going to be a promise. I think you're going to get really close to see them, and then I think something's going to happen, and it's not going to line up. I don't see it happening in the summer, and if it does, it might like be a little bit of a dud as far as like the energy matching what it should be. But I would not see this person during Leo retrograde, because I have the King of Wands with the Lion in reverse. I have the Three of Wands in reverse with a very summary card. And I have the Page of Swords. Whether somebody watches somebody else's social media and gets the wrong idea and gets cold feet, something is going on with like, things are not as they appear when when Venus goes into retrograde. And things will appear better and to have more value. So I'm going to say, even if you see them, it might not be everything that you want it to be. Let's see. Hi, Stella. Sending you hugs. Waiting to hear back whether you have all that situated or how you want to proceed. But at your leisure, no big deal. All right. I'm getting a yes for the 8 months. Can we get any detail on that for Stella? They're going to be able to be more truthful. Do you remember me telling you, like, you're coming at it from 2 different places right now? So it's like, could it happen? Okay, yeah, but it's not in your best interest. They're letting go of something they were attached to. Closer to that 8-month mark, and you're going to get a more truthful version of them, which I really, really, really love for you, Stella. All right. All right, let me answer for Adva. And then I saw that Leah, you're definitely not. I'll ask anyway. That's beautiful. Out of the kids that you work with are healing. Leah, I'll still ask the question to see if we can get more detail than that. But absolutely, you can. It's the attachment of thinking it's the only one person that may actually be more of an obstacle than the idea that there isn't somebody else for you. Your defenses are coming down. There was some kind of like block or defensiveness in your, I don't know if that was like, I'm not feeling that it's about you, Adva. It was almost like there is somebody blocking you or trying to block you. Feels like an obstacle. And it's coming down. Well, Advocate, I wish I lived closer because I would sign up. Yeah, you're going to be able to start doing it. You are going to be able to start doing it. It's going to be slow. Oof. It's going to be slow, but you are going to be able to start doing it. You need, hey Gibbs, you need a couple of people and then you'll have word of mouth. I was very spoiled. I had a very close friend that lived 20 minutes, 15 minutes away. That was a Reiki master and an excellent massage therapist to the point that they also taught. And then I also had she was kind of like my mother-in-law. We kind of kept each other after the relationship, and she did myofascial and she also taught. So I used to be able to trade with each of them. And now I don't live near either of them anymore, and I'm falling apart. Because once you understand the real gold in any of that, it's really hard. It is miraculous work, and it's hard to find people who do specialty stuff like that. that don't just do Swedish. So the thing is because you're in a niche, it'll take a little longer to build, but once you do, you'll be good. You will be Gucci. But it's going to take a little while to build that word of mouth, because a lot of people don't even know what it is. Leah. Oh, okay. Leah, okay. Leah, were you around when I did the Aries reading? I don't know that you were. Maybe watch the Aries reading. I'm getting the 5 of Swords in reverse, the 7 of Swords in the upright, and the King of Cups. You will know if this is true for you if you have picked somebody that would have to choose you so that you could, there's like a beauty in feeling chosen. And so there's somebody here that is fighting an internal battle with themselves. I don't know if it's you or if it's a person that kind of made you think that that was the only person for you. When they are good, they are very, very good. And when they are bad, they are horrid. I feel like this person would have like crawled inside your mind and ran their finger over your wounds, but not be able to do that for themselves, and it became problematic. I hope that's making sense, Leah. I'm spot on. Okay. I feel like I'm supposed to tell you this and give you these cards. These are kind of rough cards, but so that you can let go that that person was ever the only person, because they weren't. Certainly you've learned your capacity for empathy and support and love in this dichotomy, but they maybe are unable to be authentic with themselves, which makes it really hard. When you get the best of them, it is like such a big, like, it feels like nothing else can compare to the good when it's good. But, and it's not that it's not genuine, you know, it is genuine. You're not imagining that connection, but they're also just not able to be in a place to like steadily give it back to you. They have so much internal battle. They have so much internal battle. But you have, let's just ask the pendulum. Does Leah have, if Leah's able to let go of the idea of that person being the one, is there somebody coming along in the next, I'm feeling 18 months is the time frame to ask, is there somebody coming along in the 18 months in love for Leah? Yes. Yes, yes. Gibbs, do you want to ask a question since you just got here? I'm like smelling coffee. I'm the only one that drinks coffee, and no one's making coffee at 9:45 at night. That's what time it is here. But I'm smelling coffee. This triangulation in water signs is squaring, sextiling, respectively, my Pluto and my rising. Yep, I can, Gibbs. Oh, wow. I said I'm falling apart. Let's snap, crackle, pop. Internally, I'm doing great. Oh, do you want me to ask a question for you? You're exhausted? Oh my goodness. Is there somebody coming along in the fall that's going to make Anne feel heard, understood, accepted, just as she is? Like, to make Gibson feel like Gibson without it feeling like there's some kind of does the person I'm just gonna say this, that somebody that you don't ever feel like you have to apologize for just being you. Is there somebody coming in October into your space? It's funny because I didn't know that it felt like a completely romantic, but it might be. There's just like a soulmate in some form. I can hear you going, yes, yes, oh my God. I was just saying that. I feel like nobody gets that. I feel like I can see you having conversation with this person. Truly seen. Oof. There's a simpatico. Does this come after October of 2023? Yeah. And they might have other Capricorn energy. I honestly can't see whether they're male or female, but the simpatico is beautiful. Okay, well, I think Miss Sadie is ready for us to call it a night, and I'm gonna go make tacos. Again, I put the series up on my website for people who are frequent flyers, so if you get more than 3, there's a discount. There's a bigger discount for 4 at a time, and the biggest discount is 5 at a time. They're just for the hour appointment right now. I think that's it. And June 11th, we'll be back with the second part of Summer of Love ? And we're going to be talking about what rising signs where this could really do very well this summer, and where the sweet spots are, and where you want to like have true discernment and what's being shown to you and said to you, because we want to give that to you so you have the tools to make it a great summer, right? All right, guys, I love you. Know you love you. I'll see you all soon, and happy Pride. I love you just as you are, and if anyone needs a safe place to vent, my email's in the description, because you're important and you matter and you're perfect, and love is love. Bye, everyone.